What's good, YouTube? Cardfight King here, Aqua Life baby, you already know. And I'm here to bring you guys my Thavas Focus Aqua Force Stride deck that I was able to go undefeated with in my debut tournament last Monday. Now, this deck wouldn't have been possible without the help of my two really good friends, my boy Laszlo from Team Horizon, who let me borrow 3 copies of his Lambos from his Aqua Force deck since he decided not to play Aqua Force on Monday because mine were still in the mail, but I got mine now. And my boy Weisty for getting me the last 2 Stride enablers, which helped me, build the deck to my standard of being tournament ready. Now, within the deck, throughout the tournament, I did notice that I needed, I left some damage on board. I left some combo plays on board. I had close calls that shouldn't have been close calls had I had, different units and whatnot. So, though I did go undefeated, I did see that there was a lot of room for improvement within the deck. And also for me, just getting the memory of certain skills to stick. But overall, it was, a really good performance. And I did change up the deck, but I will explain what I changed throughout the video. Alright guys, so starting off with grade 0s, I started as Officer Cadet Andre. He goes in Soul, Counter Blast 1, choose an Aqua Force Rigger, and turn them into a Magnum Assault, which is, when it attacks a Vanguard, you restand it and it gains plus 2k. He is a really good card for enabling the 4th battle, especially when you have those games when you're not seeing Magnums or titles, or, if you have Couple Dagger, things like that. So he's just a really good starter. Now, I know some people like the Bubble Edge Draco kit, but I feel as if that's just a really gimmicky one-turn play for a little bit of some hand advantage, but I believe this guy will serve you better in the long run. I run 4 draw triggers and 8 crits. Now, obviously, there's 4 heals, but I went down from 6/6 because I felt as if I had a good control on hand advantage, that I wanted to go a little bit more aggressive in my trigger lineup with more crits, to kill my opponent more or less. And obviously, Malika's going to the Soul +3, fill up the Soul, because the Soul has now become a deadly weapon for Aqua Force, and him to go into the Soul and unflip damage, so you continue doing some more combo plays. So both really good. Alright, on to grade 1. Alright guys, now for my grade 1 lineup, I run 2 copies of Battle Siren Orthea. She's a really good card with resist. Now, maybe when Diablo comes out, she'll probably come out of the deck because I don't want to limit myself like that, with, Diablo's skill and all. But she pretty much, you boost with her, you Soul Blast 1, Counter Blast 1, and turn the unit that she boosted into a Tidal Assault. Now, if she already boosted, regardless of if she restands regardless if she restands and boosts again, you cannot use her skill again, so you can only use it once. She's a pretty good card. She has a 3 soul combo with High Tide Sniper that I will show you guys, but she's a pretty good card, decent boost carry. And I run 3 copies of Sutashia. Sutashia's a GB1 attacks for 9k at anything in their front row from your back row. So she brings a new style of poking and control for Aqua Force, being able to poke out those rear guards. And if you give her any power, like from Malika, she swings 12 at anything in their front row. So anything not a cross ride, she's hitting. So she's obviously a good card. I wanted to put her at 4, but I felt as if it was a bit of a claw, because sometimes my opponent just has a front row of 11k rear guards, and it's like, ugh. So right now 3 is working out pretty fine. I'm seeing her quite often as well. 4 perfect guards. Now, I don't run the unflipping perfect guard, not because I just don't have any, but because I feel as if I have a good handle on my counterblast management, that I can run these perfect guards, so I'm not limiting myself to only blocking my vanguard. So I can perfect guard my rear guards, because I do play against the Cross and Commander Laurel regularly, and so I want to make sure that I'm prepared for those types of fights when they're going to swing at rear guards to get their pluses. And then 4 Stride Enablers, obviously a really good card, and it has kind of a bit of a nice combo with Tidal Assault early game, which I will show you guys as well. Alright, on to grade 2. Alright guys, now for my grade 2 lineup is actually pretty simple. 4 Magnum Assault, obviously one of the best grade 2s in Aqua Force. Boost at GB1, boost, swing at a Vanguard, Counter Blast 1, restand plus 2k. Amazing 4th battle enabler. And makes Lambros plays deadly. 4 Tidal Assault, because Tidal Assault is probably one of the deadliest grade 2s early, mid, and late game, especially on Lambros plays. So I definitely recommend playing a full play set of him. Some people don't like him, but he enables fourth battle. He, is a great poker. He's a great pressure card early and mid game. He's just a fantastic card, and he's free too. And then I run 4 copies of High Tide Sniper. I was running 2 copies of Saberflow Sailor, who GB1 swings at a Vanguard on the 4th battle or more, retire her and draw 2 cards. But I felt as if, again, I had a good handle on my hand advantage, that I went for a more aggressive lineup and throwing in 2 more of these guys. And it's been working out even better than ever. And I do want to get a couple of Dagger Sailors, but I haven't been able to get a box, and I do want to try her out. But I recommend running no less than 2 of this guy, because pretty much what you do is you attack in GB1 on the 3rd battle of the turn or more. You get to Soul Blast 1 and he gains 10k, so he's 19, and any power on him, will just stick with him. Now the power doesn't last until the end of the turn, it just lasts till the end of the battle, but he still puts a lot of pressure on your opponent, especially late game. So hit him with that 360 no scope. And on to grade 3. Alright guys, now for my grade 3s, I'm running 2 copies of Tetra Drive Dragon. Now, the reason why he's in here is purely because if my opponent rushed me, I do face some people who do like to rush, and I'm at 4 damage, and I do have, like, say, a Tile Assault, I can just, ride into him, and I can get my restand play early on in the game. As well as late in the game, you can finish the game on him, especially if you can't go into Lambros, or this guy is not going to be optimal for finishing the game off. Tetra Drive is also a really nice option late game because of his restanding ability. Now, before I get into him, I'm going to Thavas. Now, Thavas is an amazing grade 3 that we got in the trial deck. So what he does is that GB2, if he attacks on the 4th battle of the turn or more, he becomes a Silent Tom with an extra crit. And his stride, now his stride break ability, now I'm going to explain this very clearly because some people just don't get it. When you stride on top of him, when your unit, any unit on the field, Vanguard or Rearguard, attacks on the 4th battle of the turn, you get to choose 3 of your opponent's Rearguards, and they select one of them, and it gets retired. If they have 2 or less, or they have a resist unit, we in Vanguard have the do as much as you can rule. So you choose as many as possible, up to to 3, and your opponent chooses them to retire. So if they have 2, you choose 2, and they have to get rid of 1. So just remember that, guys. We do have the do as much as you can rule. So his effect will work if they have 2 or less Rearguards. And I'm running Max. Now I took out Glory Maelstrom for Max because I don't, especially because I'm not running the crit trigger for Blue Storms. And, I just felt as if that's a really gimmicky and build, and it's just too risky. There's too many conditions to fulfill and reliance situations, And usually when I see him, I usually pitch him for stride, or I call him to the rearguard circle for attacking and things like that. So I said, I might as well, I'm going to take him out because I really never use him, and I'm going to start using Max. Now, I actually really like Max. Now, so what Max does is, on the 3rd battle of the turn or more, when he attacks a Vanguard at GB1, you counterblast 1, give another unit plus 2k, and then you can exchange the position of any 2 Aqua Force units on your field, or just units on your field. Now, that's really good because I feel as if your backup Vanguards need to have a purpose in your deck, your Vanguard. And he works on the Vanguard or Rearguard circle. So, I have Tetra Drive for finishing games off, for restanding, especially if I get rushed. And I have this guy for helping me also create 4th battle opportunities, which, again, that just adds to the number of enablers of the 4th battle in my deck. So Max has been a big help, and I actually used him to win a game in a certain situation I had. So I will definitely show you some really good plays that you can pull off with him, because he is not a bad card. He's actually a pretty good card and a really good backup to Thavas for this format. All right, and on to Stride. Alright guys, now for my Stride deck, I'm running a Blizza because Blizza gets you to, for one counter blast, you get to flip over a G unit, and he'll gain 5k, but that's not too important. The most important thing is that he flips over a G unit, so you're already at Generation Break 2, so we can start getting Thavasa's skill off early in the game. That's really important, especially if we are unable to stride. And again, guys, you are not guaranteed to stride every single turn. So this guy is very, very important to the strategy of the deck. Title board is amazing as well. If he hits on the third battle, draw a card, and then you can choose up to one card and call it to a rearguard circle. So you can definitely get your plus off of him, and he creates a situation where you can get an extra attack off and get Thavasa's stride break skill going off. And then obviously we got my boy Lambie Bambi Lambros, got my SP copy here. I'm so happy these came in the mail the other day. You know, I've been winning so many more games, been able to, he's the finisher that Aqua Force has needed. He is the best finishing card in Aqua Force history, literally. When he attacks on the 4th battle of the turn or more, that's really important, or more. So you can do 5 or 6 attacks before you attack with him. So when he attacks on the 4th battle of the turn or more, you G-flip one of him, costing no counterblast at all, which is kind of busted, and you choose 2 of your units, restand them, and they gain plus 10k if you have, you know, 2 or more face up, which you should. So this guy just finishes off games. He has a kill zone range, which can definitely be extended to like between 2 damage to 2 to 3 damage being the minimum kill zone range, probably. I haven't seen it at 1 yet, but you know, this guy is just an amazing card. He can help you come back if you're pushed into a corner. He can finish games off for you quickly when your opponent's guard is low, and you're making them pay for rushing you and whatnot. This guy is just absolutely amazing. But let's get into the locals report. Alright, so I'm just going to do a quick locals report. So round 1, I played against Neo Nectars. I won that 2-1. I only lost game 2 is because I was grade stuck at 0 and I had I failed G assist, and it was just very ugly from that, but I was able to take game 3. Round 2, I played against my friend who was using Gear Chronicle, and I was able to 2-0 him. Game 1, I won on Lambros. In game 2, he was gray stuck at 0, and I had Title Assault, so yeah. Round 3, I played against my boy Lazo, the person who lent me his Lambroses for the tournament. He was playing the Sweep Command, deck that's been popular with the whole, you know, if you retire something if you hit with the stride, you get to search the top 10 and call out a Sweep Command. So I fought against that deck. I 2-0'd him. You know, it builds up hand advantage, but I don't know. I don't think he was able to get too many of the plays off because I was able to rush him down early on in the game. And then round 4, I played against my boy Juan Mango, who was using his cross deck, and I was able to 2-0 him. Game 1, I pretty much won on Lambros. You know, it got kind of late in the game, and I was able to win on Lambros. Game 2, no, it was 2-1 because game two, you know, he obliterated my field. I couldn't really do much because, you know, he just had his retire skills, and I really couldn't even get to the 4th battle of that game. I wasn't seeing much stuff. I was drawing into my triggers, and then when I did see my rear guards, they were gone the next turn. And then game 3, he was great. He was grade locked for a little bit, but he did make a comeback, and but I did get him to 4 damage, and I put him in pretty much a really deadly portion of the kill zone range of Lambros, and then I did go into Lambros, and I was able to finish the game off from that point. And then when I went to top, I played against my friend Perrigan in top, and he was playing Gear Chronicles, and game one I took it on Lambros. Game 2, you know, he was able to spin all my units back. He was, you know, he was able to get a good rush down, and I was just not drawing into any rear guards at all. I damage checked all my rear guards. It was pretty bad. But, yeah, so that happened, and I lost Game 2. Game 3, Game 3 actually was a really good game. It was going back and forth a bit in terms of damage and stuff, but he strode. I drew into a perfect guard. My last drive check was a perfect guard. No, it wasn't a perfect guard. I actually hit a draw trigger. I drew into a perfect guard. Then I top decked another perfect guard the following turn. And he went into Chronos Command and tried to get rid of my field because I did have a full field. But I was able to perfect guard him. And then the following turn, I top decked a Stride Enabler, and I went into Lambros, and I won the game because, you know, he was at 5, I was at 5, and it was pretty close. But yeah, so that was my locals report, and I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile as well. I will definitely be bringing you guys my Maelstrom deck profile, Michael and Milos, the Legion deck, and look forward to some matches. I'm actually going to probably record a match with this deck tomorrow, hopefully, or Friday. So definitely look forward to that. But this has been the Card Fight King, and I'm out. Peace. Aqua Life, baby. We did it.